We are live from the tavern. I'm so happy to be here on YouTube Live. This is a very special event for me because it's my first YouTube Live. This is the tavern. I'm Mike from Delta. We can't tour. We've created a thing called Behind the Door. It's basically a fan club. We offer things like tarot reading, the behind the scenes of making a Southern Gothic musical, all sorts of fun Delta offerings, including when I tell stories from the road at the tavern. Tonight, I got a bunch of special guests lined up. I'm very excited for this. This is release month. Y'all, we just released The Dark. And I am so proud of it. We charted on Billboard. Minds are blown. I couldn't be happier. We're going to be talking about that album, some of the behind the scenes, how we made it, things like that. This album in particular really explores some of the drums and bass more. I feel like we've been represented very well on this record, Grant and I. We're going to talk about a little bit of that later on in the show. This album even inspired a Delta Ray beer, which I might not be allowed to talk about, but I just did. I'll find out if I get in trouble. So it's been a wild week for us, a very exciting week for us. We're at a tavern. There's a bar over there. I want to go make a cocktail. Let's all go to the bar.
Let's all go to the bar. Let's all go to the bar. Let's all go to the bar to get ourselves a treat. Let's all go to the bar. Let's all go to the bar. Let's all go to the bar to get ourselves a treat.
All right, welcome to the bar. Today we're going to be making one of my favorite drinks, the Mezcal Negroni. All right, it's 3 parts. We have our shaker here. I'm going to put 1 part Mezcal. And the Negroni drink is all 1-1-1. 1 part of the Mezcal. You can also use gin. 1 part Campari. So this is this is an Italian bitter. And it's not for everybody, but it mixes really, really well. And take note here that I don't have the ice in the shaker yet. That comes later. Sweet vermouth. Also pronounced vermouth, depending on where you're from. 1-1-1, easy peasy. All right, and make sure you refrigerate your vermouth when you're done. All right, we're gonna add our ice into the shaker. Bam! Time to shake it up. And strain into like an old-fashioned glass with a big old ice cube. I happen to have a orange peel here. So let's go ahead and throw that in there. A smoky, bitter, sweet drink called the Mezcal Negroni. All right, let's go back to the tavern.
Let's all go to the
Tavern.
Let's all go to the
Tavern.
Let's all go to the
Tavern.
to get ourselves a treat. Let's all go to the
Tavern.
Let's all go to the
Tavern.
Let's all go to the
Tavern.
to get ourselves a treat.
Okay. The Mezcal Negroni, a classic. It's so good. All right. We've got a lot to cover today. I got my notes. We have some guests. We just put out The Dark. I think for my first YouTube Live here at the tavern, we invite the whole dang band. This is a segment that we have cleverly named Band Talk. Delta-Ray, everybody. The whole band is here.
Man, this is a great tavern. Hey, Mike. Thanks for having me.
I haven't seen you guys since our last Zoom call. What a treat.
What a treat.
What a treat. Well, first of all, cheers. We did it. Put out the album.
Woo! Cheers.
Cheers.
Hi.
Not only is the entire band here, but Becca's here, one of our first tour managers.
I crashed this party.
Relationship we have with her.
Human interaction.
We're treating this like a date night, Mike. Thanks for having us at the tavern.
So great.
Wow, I feel terrible. Well,
Did he pick you up and everything, like give you a corsage, Rebecca, and like open the door for you and everything?
Is it?
No, but in my heart, yes. And literally, it's the most exciting thing I've done in a year. So thank you.
yeah. Aside from having a baby.
Child, but that's neither here nor there.
No. You just do that and move on. But
this is where it's at.
Yes.
This is
this
exciting.
is
Highlight of
what
the
I
year.
live for. Thank you.
Hmm.
I forgot.
I'm really sorry to hear that. Well, I'm so glad you guys are here at the tavern. I got questions, you've got answers. And I'm going to start actually with Ian.
Oh no.
Oh, yes. Okay. So The Beast was written in the studio. And I'm curious, did you feel extra pressure to write there? Did it feel different than writing other songs? What was it like being in that situation?
I felt super excited about it. I mean, it's always, I enjoy the last minute pressure of knowing that you gotta write for the moment. And I just remember feeling like we were missing our bottom of the river on this album. I love this album. I thought the song selection was the greatest we've ever had. There were so many tracks I was already super excited about, but I was just like, we need the bottom of the river and we're going to regret it if we don't do it. And we went through draft after draft, and it's kind of been awesome because we had all these other songs that we wrote in the meantime, trying to get to this track. And they've ended up becoming ones that I love and I'm super excited to release in the future. But this song was meant to be on this album. And it was inspired by a Yeats poem called The Second Coming, that kind of describes the descent into chaos and the arrival of a beast that is slouching towards Bethlehem. And so I just took the imagery, we took the imagery from that. Eric, Britt, and I wrote the lyrics and the melodies to this, and we just took the imagery from that and imagined our witch from Bottom of the River walking through it and delivering a goddess to fight the beast. And it was like an incredibly fun song to write. And then of course bringing it to Alex Wong and having him bring his artistry to it and the band apply their brilliance to it. It came together. It was super cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. I remember watching it being written, and it's not a pleasant thing to see because it's a lot of pacing and a lot of like face palms and
Mike, that's not true.
Or
I was watching it. I was watching it happen.
Hey.
A classic Delta Ray writing session.
I sat alone in my haunted bedroom in the hacienda and wrote the second verse, and there was no pacing.
Well, I wasn't spying on you there. I was more interested in what Ian was doing and spying on him.
Well,
I
you just like to spy on Ian.
Kept their clothes on, but you have to do what you have to do.
What was that?
Now, speaking of,
What did she say?
Say it again, Becca. Say what you said.
I don't understand why you do it in the nude, but you have to do what you have to do.
It's all about the writing process.
You got to stay in touch with the truth.
I'm surprised that you weren't used to it given my writing process.
No, obviously he's over nude, but I blocked that out. I just see clothes on him.
now, speaking of nudity and songwriting process, Becca, since you're with us, I have to ask you, how unpleasant is Ian when he is writing songs at home?
I would say he's horrible and every day is a struggle.
Yeah.
That's normal. I mean, like when he's writing songs.
Worse. And
Okay.
that's
Worse. That's a good answer. I like that. Now, Grant, I got a question for you. If you could, so we've recorded at the Sonic Ranch in Texas. They have tons of cool gear there. If you could take any of the guitars home with you, which guitar would you take home?
Oh gosh, I mean, they had a ton of, vintage Fender basses, like the one that I have here. I mean, that would be it. Also, just like, I would actually take home the chili that they or the salsa that they made. That was amazing.
I was going to ask Liz about this salsa.
That was really inspirational for me.
Yes.
But
we should talk about.
Go ahead.
No, we should talk about the salsa in just a moment. I do have one other nerdy question though. Do you remember what bass you used for your killer bass part for Somewhere in the Desert?
Yes, originally we wrote that in, was it like 2015, and it felt like a kind of a special moment because we were writing it and it was just us, and I think we were in a rehearsal space in Raleigh, and it felt like we were free to create something without like the ominous record label over top of us being like, you should write something that people will understand. Anyway, that being said, I felt free to be uninhibited writing the bass line, and I used this bass, which is a 50s reissue Fender bass, and I also used this, which is a Sansamp, which is an industry standard bass pedal. If you listen to any Tool, the bass sound comes from this a lot, and that's what I wrote it on. And also, I think that was a key part to writing the bass line, was the tone of the bass was able to match the mood and the power of the voice and the story that's going on, which I think is always my task in the band, is like, how do I support foundationally this sort of behemoth story and vocal power that's going on top of the bass part.
Well, you certainly did with that one. It was a killer track. Awesome. Eric, I got a question for you. Favorite sound that we've recorded?
Favorite
what was your, okay, you're here, great.
In the in the whole panoply of Delta Ray, or just on the dark?
This is a dark focused conversation here. So favorite sound from the dark.
The one that came to mind was the junk hat on I Go to Work. I feel like it was featured, and I don't know. So the junk hat kind of fills in a lot of the gaps on those kind of reverbless, trashy sounds. But then on the backbeat, didn't we use like 2 pieces of metal or a trash can? Or can you walk me through the backbeat of that song? That big sound, like
that's the bottom of the junk hat. And I appreciate the plug. You have your check is in the mail for that. I thank you for that.
I thought it was different. I thought we used the junk hat, but there was a piece of like bent metal.
Yes.
That was layered, that also was part of that whip sound. Sound. So.
Yeah, it's called a ribbon crasher. It's three pieces of metal stacked up on top of each other. Yeah. Actually, Bald Man's making one of those. It's a secret project right now, but we are going to be recreating that special sound. So, cool. Yes, I love that. That was so much fun to record. Lots of parts and pieces and unconventional percussion. Very Delta Ray. Great answer. Liz, I got one for you. So the vocals were done, your vocals in particular were done between Nashville and Sonic Ranch. Did it feel different recording in Nashville in those studios or like with Sonic Ranch? Was there a difference in vibe? Did you have a preference where you recorded?
Most of the vocals that I did on the dark, I did in Nashville. I loved recording the vocal to Never Coming Back in Nashville. It was just at Alex, the producer who we work with all the time, Alex Wong's house. It was me and him and Eric. And it was an interesting, sort of intimate, very unguarded experience. I'm trying to remember the other, I think I did all of my vocals, my leads in Nashville. And I dug it. I would love to do some leads in Tornillo, Texas, but it just kind of didn't work out that way. But in terms of having a preference, I think whatever is going to lead you to the most honest and the most sort of emotionally raw performance is where you should do a vocal if you can have control over that.
Excellent. Liz, did we use the lead vocal for Last Words that you recorded in my closet?
I don't think so. We recorded
We
it in your
redid it.
closet one time, and then like a year later, we recorded it upstairs in Alex Wong's house in the vocal.
Okay. I just wanted to check to see if it made the cut.
I don't think it did. I have enjoyed singing many a vocal in Eric's closet, but I do not think that Last Words is that.
I've sung in Eric's closet many a times, but for different reasons. Salsa has been brought up already tonight, but the Sonic Ranch had a homemade salsa, which was unbelievable. And Liz, didn't you take some peppers home? Have you been able to recreate that delicious concoction?
Oh my word. I did. The people who worked there were so nice. Leticia was there were 3 women who were amazing cooks, and I would chat with them every day before we went to the studio and ask them too many questions about cooking and food, as I want to do. And she explained to me exactly how to make it and said that the specific measurement of chilies that you use is un chingo de chiles, which is Spanish for a fuckload of chilies. And it was that, water, chicken broth, and a little bit of onion and a bunch of those chilies, and you blend it up. And I have made it. It's fantastic. They sent me home with a bag of those chilies from a supermarket that they go to in Mexico in order to get, they would like cross the border and go get the chilies in Mexico in order to have a big supply of them. So I was thrilled when they offered that to me, and like kind of couldn't believe that they gave that to me. But I do still have them, and I still cook with them today, and they are awesome.
And I mentioned before that there is going to be adulterated beer. We're looking at maybe incorporating some of those peppers in the beer. Stay tuned for that. We might bring a little piece of Texas there, which would be really, really fun. Very good. Brittany, hi.
Absolutely not. I will not.
The answer is yes.
I will not be taking questions at this time.
I will be giving you a question. You don't have to take it. I will throw it out there. You can throw it away. You can.
We'll find out.
You can swat it away.
We'll see.
How's it going?
It's going okay. I'm doing what we call Batmaning, where I'm like having to turn my whole body in order to turn my head today. So that's why I look so cool, like a grandma sitting here.
Well, Grandma, you've been doing a lot of co-writing recently, and I want to ask you, co-writing for this record, do you prefer to write in the studio or at home? Do you have a preference? Any differences between those two places when you're writing?
Oh, I definitely prefer to write at home, mainly because of snacks. I'm kind of a snack-centered writer. I get my inspiration from various chips, occasional guacamole.
Okay, if you're feeling fancy.
Yeah, candies. You know, those are the main things I want to talk about artistically.
Okay.
That I focus on. No,
well,
I like writing. I like writing at home. I like writing in the morning, and I think or late at night. Those are the kind of like my two. I think like the liminal space between being awake and being asleep is a really good place for ideas. So you're kind of not totally conscious. And so then you're just a little more transparent to the great beyond. And so good ideas can kind of flow better. So yeah, I like those times of day. And I think it's good to be at home because you know where your stuff is. Sometimes like the biggest impediment to writing is like literally, oh my God, get me a pen and paper so that I can put this idea out of my brain as quickly as it came in. Because if it stays in there swirling around too long, it can either fall apart or get clouded, or you can judge it. You don't want to do any of those things. So.
Hey, Britt, as a fellow writer, can I just say, what are you talking about?
Really, Ian?
Who's looking for a pen and paper?
Ian, did you miss the part about chips?
And did you miss the part about me being a grandmother? Are you looking at my glasses right now? I don't feel like you're seeing my glasses. So it's hard to know if you're really seeing me.
What's wrong with a pen and paper? There's nothing wrong.
Anyway, for all the aspiring writers out there, don't take this too much to heart. You can write on any utensil you find available.
What other utensil is there, Ian?
A quill.
There are
A fork?
computers and
Utensil, yeah,
phones.
what?
You don't have to be
Oh, but
Luddites
I've
to
got
do
my
the writing
spaghetti.
game,
I've got my
friend.
alphabet soup and a spoon with which I will craft. Ian, do you just use those magnets on your fridge that are like
I'll use
words,
anything.
and that's how you write
I
a poem?
will use anything.
I don't let him
I'll
use
write it
those.
in my own blood if I have to.
I don't let him do that. I don't want him to stain anything.
That's a
And
mess.
also,
Yeah, I
Becca,
don't
like,
think
there's
that's
not a.
Safe.
Your house is basically just a. I don't know how you find anything because everything is away. In my house, it's a shit show constantly.
Yeah.
Everything's a mess.
I
And
mean,
you
that
can
is so
literally write on anything,
Fine.
anywhere. You can write on the wall.
You
I
can
don't care.
find things when they're in their right place. You can't find them when
I
they're
don't- not
world-
not historically.
Brittany inspired the beast because the idea, the vision of chaos that could come in the end times is Brittany's home.
Thank you, Ian.
Well,
And
you
also,
know,
by the way, how dare you say that? Look at first of all, look at these dogs, really cute, and
Oh
look
my
at how beautiful, clean.
Wow, it looks
Yeah.
beautiful. All right, I
It-
stand corrected.
Take it
I
back.
take it all back.
well, that answers the question about writing.
Finally.
And yeah, boy, tough crowd here, y'all. Tough crowd. Well, thank y'all for answering these very difficult questions. We have more guests waiting in the wings.
Whoa!
We have some fans waiting in the wings. We put our heads together and came up with a very clever name for this next segment. It's called Fan Talk.
Nice. Turn the fans on.
What?
Whoa!
There they are.
Hi, friends.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have Becky, we got Cassie, we've got Kendi. These are three of the OG Delta Ray Diehards. Welcome to the tavern.
Hi, buddy.
Wonderfuls.
Thanks, Mike.
I'm so glad y'all dropped by. How's it going? What are y'all sipping on? What are we having?
Going
Ice-
hardcore with water.
Like tea.
These
Gotta
are
hydrate.
Delta Ray fans. These are some Delta Ray fans right here.
Is that some kombucha there, Becky? Is that a beer at least? Let's see what we got.
That is cider.
Cider.
Guys,
Very
let's
good.
let's toast. Okay.
Yeah. You know,
I want to toast to our ride or die hards. You guys are amazing. We wouldn't have charted without you. We wouldn't have these albums without you. We love you.
We're so grateful to have you.
Prost. Cheers.
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 So normally we're the ones that get interviewed. People hear us yap all the time. I want to know more about you guys. So if it's okay, I'd like to ask y'all some questions. Now, this is a bar. I like to go to random bars and talk to people. I usually get shooed away, but for those of who will talk to me, conversations can go either very light, stay kind of topical, or they can get really heavy and dark. You never know when you're at a bar and you're talking to a stranger. So, but we're all friends here. I'd love to ask y'all some light questions and maybe a few heavier questions, but nothing too heavy. We'll keep it medium. But we'll have a little light and a little dark. Delta Ray, I think you guys know where I'm going here. Okay. We're going to start. We're going to go like this. I'll ask a question. It'll go Becky and then Cassie and then Kendi to answer if that's okay in that order. All right. You guys game?
Yep. Yes.
Woohoo! First question. First Delta Ray concert.
I know this one. For me, it was Lake Shake Festival in Chicago, which was June of 2018. I'm kind of like a newbie fan.
Wow.
Really excited.
I knew
I
that.
remember that.
Is that
Comedian.
I knew the trivia of that.
Really?
Get Brittany a
Can we
prize.
do me trivia next week?
That's
I'll
what we
put it together.
Yeah, that would be great. I think I'd kind of nail it. let's keep going. I don't want to steal the.
Yes, you do. But anyway, Cassie.
No way.
Mine was November of 2017 at the Ark in Ann Arbor, and you guys saved a bird and documented it in your Instagram story.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Love to save a bird.
We do
That's how
like
I
to
knew
save a
We
bird.
would be friends.
It's not
Which
the
bird?
first
Yeah,
time
because we
you
saved a couple.
It's across the street from the used bookstore.
I didn't ask for its name.
Wait, what happened, Grant?
It was
There was
across
the
the street
Nashville
from the
bird
used
save
bookstore.
and an Ann Arbor bird save.
Yeah.
Wait, okay, can Grant say?
There's this old used bookstore that's around the corner from there, and it
Of
was
course.
across the street. And there was also another time where we cheered on a baby bird to jump up a step.
Well, how did you save the bird in Ann Arbor? Was
I
it
think you actually saved the bird.
Brittany
part of the
did.
team.
Brittany killed a guy.
You guys
Brittany-
don't even have a memory. I don't keep things.
I remember it very well. Brittany, you killed a guy. We were scolding you, and then you saved a bird. Then you saved a bird, and it washed out.
What kind of
And
bird?
It was good.
I made a
What
bird.
kind of bird?
I'm
It
pretty
was
sure
a-
Brittany saved
A little
Cassie
one.
goes.
Bird.
Cassie goes like this.
It was a peep.
It was
It
a
was a
turkey
peep.
vulture.
It was a peep.
Nobody wanted you to save it.
Marshmallow. Cassie.
It's all downhill from here.
No, that was good. I know exactly the word you're talking about. Now that you say it.
Okay. Well, this has been bird talk.
Yeah, this is the new segment of the show. Bird talk.
All about
Kendi.
There were no birds at my show, but there was an extremely drunk woman who kept approaching the stage and banging on it. I think Ate remembers.
Who could forget?
November 30th, 2016, Winter Acoustic Tour, Normal, Illinois at the Castle Theater. There were maybe 50
Yes.
of us there, very tiny, tiny little place. And the woman was next to me, and all night she was asking me to sit on her lap, like
Oh my
the
god.
Sparrow show. And then all of a sudden she like bolts for the stage and she's like drumming and banging. And finally security had to come and remove her. So that was my first show.
I remember that.
I remember that.
Did you become
Wow.
friends?
I apologize for that.
I love that. That's great. We're going to do a little bit more rapid fire for these next questions. Okay. So band, you're just going to be observing. No jumping in here. No yapping. Favorite band member and why?
Oh gosh. Ooh,
I know.
Adam Taylor. Hands down.
Right answer. That is the right answer.
Can I do my reactions? Can you see that?
Oh, you can see that. Cassie.
Torino.
He's more of a groupie, but you know.
They do this
Same.
around, like they're cheating.
All
And
right.
mine is 100% not Eric Holgis. It's Ellen.
Also a great answer. Also a great answer. Here's an easy peasy one. Easy. Favorite food. What's your favorite food? Your go-to.
God. I really wanted to have like a cool answer for this, but pizza is I love pizza. It's great.
You can't go
Get it
wrong.
on
You
the
can't go
rails.
wrong. You can't go wrong. Cassie.
Tacos.
Bam.
At this moment in time, all dressed ruffles.
Wait, chips. Brittany's
That's
not
great.
inspired to write a song about this.
You could write your magnum opus.
It's coming to me.
Wow, beautiful.
Wow. Crunchy. Salty. New quarantine hobbies. Anything fun y'all have been up to over the past horrible year?
Oh boy. I've gotten really into Microsoft Teams. Like checking it out.
This is why we connect. Why we
I'm really into Zoom.
Also working on my comedy career, clearly.
Also,
Oh
did
my
I
God.
get my glasses in honor of Becky?
Oh man.
A little bit.
I might have.
That is amazing. All right. How do you beat that, Cassie?
Becky's the funniest person I know, first of all.
Yeah.
I bought and flipped a house.
Wow.
Clay.
Good for you.
Big.
Did you have a team to help you with that?
Yeah.
Basically, my father, myself, and sometimes my little brother.
So you didn't even need a Microsoft team. You did this all by yourself.
Okay.
No, we didn't Zoom anyone in, nothing like
Hell
that.
no. That's fantastic. Congratulations. Kendi.
Mine are not as exciting. I've started doing yoga and I'm watching as many live stream concerts as I possibly can, or just like singer-songwriter rounds and things like that.
That's way more exciting than Microsoft Teams. So
It might number one, leave Becky alone. And number two, Kendi, I don't undercut what you are doing. It's cool. Yes, getting into yoga. Yes, seeing live shows. You rock.
yes, teams, yes, flipping houses, yes, yoga, all very cool. And watching live streams, it really helps the artists out. It means a lot. It really, really does when you guys tune in to those shows. Speaking of shows, favorite Delta Ray related experience?
Oh no, see, I'm going first every time, and this is like
we can mix it up. Let's
mix it up. Let's flip it.
Let's mix it up. Any volunteers?
Sure, I'll go because I have
Yes.
one. Well, first of all, traveling to Colorado with Becky when I had only met her one time before to see all 3 shows was amazing. But my favorite was helping Cassie and Rebecca organize the tea lights in Raleigh and working with Jesse and Ate to like get it set pre-show. Becky. And then being with all my best friends in the front row while we revealed it and seeing y'all's reaction.
Oh God,
that is.
Tryhards are here.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
that was
awesome.
amazing. That was such an amazing night.
Mm-hmm.
Really.
Okay, somebody else go.
All right. Well, I was gonna say Raleigh, but I take it back. Chicago, November 19 was the first time that Becky, Kendi, and I were in the same place, and I didn't know how to stop talking, and that's it. It was great. It was a good time.
Wait, is that one of the ones that made it on the live album?
Yes.
I think the Chicago show, Morning Comes, was one of my favorite. That was just one of my favorite times on stage ever.
It made it on the live album, but during the show, after you sang it, you said sit down, and Becky, Kendi, and I all proceeded to sit down, and then Brittany choked on her water. It was a great time.
I don't think I said sit down. I said please be seated. I hope. Because I started the whole thing with I'm about to turn this into a church. Yeah. Okay.
I then needed to thank you guys. This was again confirmation that you are extremely funny people. So well done.
I agree. Becky?
I was kind of trying to get out of this question. That was the whole point, but
you can say getting out of this question because that's a Delta Ray related thing.
No, I think they stole all of my other ones. So I think probably when Kendi and I decided to add Nashville to our December trip in 2019, like 2 days before the show, and then just were like, yeah, let's do it. And that year, like I had never been on a plane, and then all of a sudden I went, every state all over the place to just stalk you guys a little bit.
Well, we appreciate it. Okay, rapid fire question, real quick. No thinking, just answer. Favorite song off the Dark?
Somewhere in the desert.
Desert.
Never coming back.
No, goddamn shame.
Yeah.
Becky, you made a decision.
She did
it. Now, Becky, have you gone to the episode of The Vault that I just put up today?
I haven't yet. I started, and then I had to come here, so I didn't finish it yet.
Oh, this is what it's like. You're just busy all the time. But we speaking of Goddamn Shame, we put up a very early days demo of Goddamn Shame, Somewhere in the Desert, and also Never Coming Back. And when it was actually a totally kind of different thing, it was
I was trying to turn it into a pop song.
It was almost like we were trying to do a little bit of the Chronic Dr. Dre thing. And but I mean, listening to it, it's behind the door in the vault, the new post, but like
it's the way it evolved. When I heard that again, I'm like, I can't believe it started here.
Yeah.
It was interesting.
So how interesting that the new vault post is sort of the three of you, y'all's favorite songs on the dark.
That's pretty cool.
Almost like we
Awesome. Well, these were very light and fun questions. Just a couple of a little bit more deep divey kind of questions. I like to ask people, what are some of their goals in life? Do you have any like kind of crazy ass goals?
Oh man. I mean, I feel like I can't be the clown anymore, but to have one, first of all, but just to have a life. But no, I mean, I want to travel more.
Yes, travel is great.
I thought you were going to have a clown. I was like, where do you want to?
I would like to go to clown college. I'm currently searching for.
I'll teach you how to make animals.
Favorite clown, Becky.
Let the woman.
I like that. I like that.
Wait, so to travel more?
Yeah, I mean, I said I hadn't been on a plane until I came to see you guys in Colorado, and that was my first time like traveling farther than anywhere in a car. But I've also
love
never
that.
been out of the country or anything, so I want to go.
That's a great goal. I love that. We're so lucky to do this for a living that we get to travel around a lot, and it's my favorite part of it, and just meeting different people and all these different experiences. Travel is my favorite. I love that. Cassie, what do you think?
I was going to tell you I had no goals, but I do. I want to.
You flipped a house.
I flipped a house. I want to write children's books.
I love that. That's great.
Yeah.
So sorry, Cassie. I just cut you off.
Oh, Kendi.
To visit the last 8 states I haven't been to, and I also want to find a way to turn following Delta Ray everywhere you go with my friends into a career. Can you make that happen for us?
I want that one.
Free.
Might.
I'll make a few phone calls, see what I can do. But I love that answer. That's awesome. Okay, we don't have a ton of time left, so let's go real quick here. I'm gonna start with Becky, and we'll do Cassie, Kendi here, if that's okay. Who are some of your heroes in life?
These two ladies right here, Cassie and Kendi.
Oh,
They joined me and did this crazy little adventure that we're on here. So every day inspired me.
Oh, hot dang.
Amazing.
Top that, Cassie.
I was gonna say my parents and Mr. Rogers from Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
Yes.
That's fantastic. That is great.
Very into both these answers so far. Kendi?
For me, obviously my parents and my sister, but you all, just for, abandoning everything and following your dreams and just, letting it all go and do what you believe in.
That's very sweet. That means a lot. That's pretty awesome. Thank you for that perspective. That's really, really cool. Okay. What is your most cherished personal or family possession?
What? Is that serious? So
That's
we
a
can
serious.
feel it.
No, I'm not gonna. It's gonna be something not worth.
Where is it in your house currently?
Yes.
And describe
What is
it.
the password to get in.
Speak French.
My disco ball from Becky. No, just kidding.
Yeah.
I would say my nativity set that my grandma made before she passed away. That's my sappy answer.
That's a great answer.
I have my grandma's brooch. And then I also have this great Lord of the Rings pet set from Becky.
Oh my God.
Cassie.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
The
Never
legend
give
lives.
Look at Ian's face right now. He is shocked.
Put it in the trash.
Is this computer frozen or is this
Nah.
just who he is now?
He is frozen with envy.
Mike, you have to tell the story behind this. And then I can't believe Cassie has that.
What a coincidence.
It's not a coincidence.
Years ago,
Early days.
early days when we were just getting to know each other and being all kind and generous to each other before the assholery began.
Big mistake.
I found out that it was Ian's birthday. And I was like, oh, he likes candy. He likes Lord of the Rings. I saw a set of Lord of the Rings Pez candies. I made the purchase. I gave them to him.
Like a
And
friend.
then, yeah, it's just and then it
We went all this
immediately
together, Mike. We were in on this.
Oh, that's right. We did. We split it. It was early days. We split the candy. And
Ian loves Pez.
And he loves Pez. But then I found out later that whole set wound up where? In the trash can.
Trash, Mike.
In the trash.
Let's zoom in on
Wait,
this.
I don't even know about this.
Explain
What are you
yourself,
talking
Ian.
about?
I
Trash
threw
daddy.
the Pez candies are amazing, but Pez dispensers are an environmental disaster. And
You
so
threw them away?
I was
I figured you'd throw the
That's
plastic in the trash.
and the other thing is that during that period, we were on shoestring budgets, but we all bought, the band would buy nice gifts for everybody for their birthday, and the band did not. The band got me a Pez dispenser, and I found that hurtful. And so I threw them away.
Honestly, I feel like Becca's falling more deeply in love with you with every mention of
She does.
throwing away something that isn't immediately useful.
Wait, he appreciated the joy of the giving, although he didn't because he didn't like it. But then he released it, and I love that. I'm so proud of you, baby.
I used KonMari when I realized it wasn't sparking joy. I just threw it in the garbage.
All of his
KonMari, Ian.
Wow.
We throw them in the trash to release them and bring joy to the other world.
It's not a great way.
I just found it a tad superfluous and just unnecessary to rip each head off in front of me.
That's actually
slowly.
very much in the tradition of Lord of the Rings. So I thought it worked, and thematically, if you were to ever actually spend any time with the work itself, Mike, you might understand.
Just so you know, we do not do that now. We have multiple Pez dispensers in our pantry, aka
Pez room. Pez room.
Dresser.
Room.
Right now, and
We had a special closet built for candy, and
Yes. It's
Let's
always
move
full.
Mhm.
And
Really unfortunate.
I got to say this because when you ask a question, oftentimes it's because you want to answer the question.
Okay.
Well, I have a family item.
Wait, you haven't let Becky answer the question.
Really?
Yeah.
Shit.
I'll
I'm
go
quitting this job. I'm the worst. Becky.
I had trouble thinking of the answer for this one too, but I have a teddy bear, however lame that sounds, but that my grandmother gave me when I was really little, when I had the chicken pox, and I still have that. And
You still have chicken pox?
Yes. I need to talk to somebody about it, but I still have the bear, and I call it my sick bear, and it's become even more meaningful because I lost my grandma last year, so I have that still to remember her by.
I'm sorry.
Amazing. All three of you have such cherished possessions from your grandmothers.
Very cool.
Beautiful.
Soul sisters.
Yeah.
We have my family since my older brother was born in 1981. There's this little clown hat that every time there's a birthday in the McKee household, no matter who it is, my mom writes the person, the date, and a little bit of who all was there and that kind of thing. And there are probably 500 little names inside of it through almost 40 years now of family, girlfriends, and neighbors and friends. It's this little tiny birthday clown. Really, really special.
Kind of terrifying, Mike.
Wow.
Kind of terrifying.
Clown hat?
Not a clown, a hat.
Just a hat.
Oh, it is a clown.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Everything about it
You guys are all terrible.
I just love your mom. That's the main thing about it.
I love that you asked the question so you could answer.
I know.
Just the one. I've asked many questions and I didn't answer any of them. I've been very polite. I've been very kind. I get one and you guys just shit all over me. It's a sweet clown. It's a nice clown. A lot of writing in it. I don't want to do this anymore.
It's a hat. Why do we keep calling it a clown?
Because it's a clown. I'm going to send a picture to you guys and you'll say, yes, it's a clown.
Well, I don't get it. So let's move on.
Well, you're not, you know what? You never had a birthday at my house. So anyway.
Thanks a lot.
Look, this has been great. We've got to wrap it up. Although, unless the producer of this show calls me, I'm going to have about 1 or 13 more of these bad boys. Oh, man. It is the producer of Tavern Time. Hello? Already? It's last call?
Darling, I'll be the first to say it's last call.
Wow. It has been a real treat with the band, with Kendi, Becky, and Cassie, the OG Diehards. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for watching this YouTube live of Tavern Time. I hope to see you all behind the door and hope to see you all on the road real soon. We have some announcements for that. Until next time.
Hey, can I say one thing, Mike, before we cheers? Follow
Yes.
at Ride or Diehards, y'all. If you're
Oh, yes, of course.
and you don't already, follow at Ride or Diehards on Instagram. Join the community. It's super fun. And then also sign up for our mailing list and ask to become on a diehard on the mailing list. You'll get super secret emails, which, oh God, it's bird o'clock. We got to go. But there are more fun secret emails coming starting this coming week. So,
And if you're behind the door and are a diehard and you want to be a guest on the next Tavern Time live and you can make fun of my questions, send me a DM at Mike McKee Drums. I'd love to have you in the tavern next time. All right. Well, until next time, cheers, y'all.
cheers, guys.
Cheers. We love you. Thanks for having us, Mike.
Cheers, everybody.
Absolutely. Cheers.